Hey guys, welcome back. It's Erica. I'm back. It's been over a month. Where have I been? Well, I still have my headphones, so I guess it's safe to say that I'm still teaching, which I am. I actually signed, which student was it? My 13th? My 13th student today. And it could have been a little more, not to brag, but I've gotten to the point where I'm turning away business. Actually, today's client was really cool because this is the first student I've been able to sign in the 9 o'clock hour. Well, 9 o'clock p.m. In Asia, but that would be 8 p.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. here. I'm on the East Coast still. So yeah, I have a few slots. I have 7 more slots that I'm trying to fill. For now, the student is only going to be taking 1 class a week. Bummer, but that's just a start. Who knows what could happen in the future? So yeah, and it's an older student, which is nice. I've been getting just inundated with really young students, which is great. They're fun. It's nice to get students young, but it's also kind of exhausting. That's kind of where I've been at. I've been so exhausted. I think I tried to record a couple videos, but I feel like it was just a stream of consciousness. Not that this isn't, but yeah, it's just, I've been really, really busy. I've been teaching, obviously, I've been lesson planning. I've got another project that's in the works. I've actually stopped teaching adults as much. I was doing about like 2.5, 3 hours on Cambly a day on my teaching days. I just teach 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, as many of you know. That's the schedule I like to keep. I have 1 day off a week that's my husband and I share. We spend time together, and then the other 2 days are just, I don't know, catch up with family, whatever. That's my schedule. That's what works for me, is to cram everything in on 4 days and then to have 3, I want to say, full days off from teaching, but generally I've been doing a lot of lesson planning and things like that. Yeah, so the big thing for me, it always has been, is curriculum. Oh, or any of you else, any of you else, any of you, any others? Are any of you feeling the same way? Those of you that are teaching independently or trying to figure out teaching independently, curriculum, it still tends to be something that I know it's a concern. I won't say it stresses me out. I kind of know what I'm doing by this point, but I'm just a perfectionist, I think. I've tried out a couple of the pre-made curriculum. Anyway, tried them out. There's some things I really love about them, and that's why I've chosen to work with certain ones. And then there's just some things that really, I think, need improvement. I'm not going to name any names. I've benefited so much. I've really appreciated being able to use materials from particular companies, but it's just not just the right fit. I imagine when you develop curriculum that you probably have like a students in mind, and you're like, when I worked for my company, when I worked for Magic Ears or Whales or VIP Kid, I wish I coulda. And that's how you make your curriculum. Totally get that. And I can see that. It's great. But then individual students are different, or just we have certain preferences for, like, I don't know, whatever, whether it's not something super picky, but like a lesson image. That's challenging because I do have one student where I'm kind of developing lessons for her. She's a higher level student, and so a pre-made curriculum just doesn't quite work for her. Even Crystal Clear has like VIP Kid. It's equal to VIP Kid level 5. And it's not what she needs. She needs something a little beyond. So it's such a challenge, like trying to find a lesson image that explains something. And actually, I was trying to adapt a lesson for a younger student, and it was like, how do you really show like care for, like you could have somebody feeding a dog, and that's like, you're feeding a dog. Does that necessarily mean caring? But the people are also petting a dog. Like, what is it to care? And so sometimes I find it's good to just bring a lot of examples in. All right, this isn't going to be a curriculum chat. But anyway, that kind of brings me to my next thing. I'm strongly considering developing my own curriculum. That's my major project. That's one of the reasons I'm not teaching adults as much. I have a couple of students I meet with, in Italki, and then I have 2 students on Cambly that I still meet with because I really like them. I genuinely enjoy my time, and it's kind of like chatting with friends. So $10 an hour, who cares? Whatever, it's cool. And I never did go through with my Cambly Kids application. I got something back from them that said, oh, there's something wrong with your video. There was a little bit of a delay or something. And I had to, not my intro video, they wanted me to redo the teaching demo. I'm like, one, I don't feel like doing it again. And two, I don't really think I'm going to have time to teach on Cambly Kids. So that's dead in the water. I'm just meeting with adults for conversation classes, and that's great. That works for me because I'm really trying to fill up my schedule. Basically, on the East Coast, I'm trying to fill up from like 5:30. Well, we'll just go by like Asian time zone, Chinese time zone. Basically, like 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. That would be like my ideal, and even really more like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's my goal. I'm trying not to take any students on. When the time changes, I am going to be picking up some students in that, I think it would be the 6 to 7 p.m. Beijing time. But once the clock hits November, those classes end. I'm going to try to be strong. I really don't want to get up any earlier. But yeah, back to curriculum. So I'm developing curriculum. I got clued in to a really good framework by a parent friend in Chengdu. This parent has been one of my early supporters. You might call them our founders, whatever, the people who've kind of helped you test things out. This is the parent that helped me test out Nucole, helped me decide on Classin that it was a great idea. That's where I am now. Sorry, Classin, I have loved you, but it just, with what I need to manage now 13 students, I needed a solution like Classin. So that's where I'm at with that. I still would recommend Nucole. If you're starting out, you don't want to pay anything, there is a free version of Classin. But if you just want something that's very intuitive, you don't have to figure out much, really easy dashboard, Nucole is still the way to go. I would go with them. The classroom tools are super intuitive and easy for students. But if you're going to grow something a little bigger, you might end up outgrowing Nucole. But I do love Nucole, and their video quality is really good. Sound quality is really good. Works very well in low bandwidth environments. But yeah, for now I'm on Classin, and I'll probably be there for a while. I did end up getting a sweet deal on a business package. So if you have any questions about that, ask me. I'm not a rep or anything, but I'd be happy to answer questions because I sure had a lot when I got contacted by my rep when she was offering me. Maybe you've been offered this too. They offered me special pricing on a business account. Basically, for the price of Pro, they offered me business. They gave me a much lower rate per class. I think cloud recording was a little cheaper and just a lot more like business tools and like 24/7 like chat support for business clients. Anyway, that's another thing that's going on. But yeah, the curriculum. So this parent from Chengdu, she clued me in to a really great curriculum series, and I'm not ripping it off, but I wanted to know, what is it that my students, at least in Chengdu, what are they learning? Like, what is expected of them at certain levels? Because I will say I was never somebody who wanted to teach for examinations, and I'm still not. My classes are still very practical. I'm not teaching for exams, but I really wanted to understand, like, what is it? At least in this one market, Beijing, Shanghai, it could be totally different, but I'm finding that it's kind of similar, and I just want to know what they're learning. And so they're using this particular series, and it's really helped me kind of understand a scope and sequence. Like many curriculum developers, some of the ready-made step-by-step curriculum, it's pretty obvious that they've used VIPKit as a framework, and that's great. There's a great scope and sequence there. It takes you through all the phonics at a certain way. Grammar is introduced like in a very logical way. Totally makes sense. So I decided to do this with this particular curriculum series. And so I went on Taobao. My adventure on Taobao, that could be a whole vlog. So I figured out how to navigate Taobao, and I've got automatic translation, so I can, when I access it from my desktop computer, it'll translate the site for me. And adventures in Taobaoing, that's a verb. So when you buy things on Taobao, I was able to purchase these textbooks. I wasn't able to purchase them directly from the publisher. It was hard to find the publisher online. It was just really confusing. And so I ended up buying them. They're genuine copies of this or whatever. There's a QR code, and it takes you to the curriculum developer's website for like extra freebies and whatnot. So I think it's legit. There's little codes and stuff in the book. But anyway, that aside, so I purchased all of these on Taobao, basically grade 1 through grade 6. I figure after that, it's more free talk and just kind of shoring up, areas that need shoring up, getting into like higher level texts, we really don't need the step by step. That would be more customized at that point. But anyway, so I purchased these. And I'm like, where's my stuff? It's like stuck in a warehouse. Why is it stuck in a warehouse? So when you purchase things from Taobao, maybe you already know this. You pay the buyer the price. Okay. And I thought, oh, wow, free shipping. Cool. No, there is not free shipping. So I paid for my items, and they were in like Guangzhou, and then they get sent to a warehouse somewhere, and they're in a warehouse in Shenzhen. And then from there, they're like leaving on a boat. You have to pay a price to get them out of shipping. And so I contacted the seller, and I'm like writing to her, and like the chat bot or whatever, like the help thing, when you talk to the sellers, it's all in Mandarin. Like there's no translate button. You're not in WeChat. And so I'm talking to this lady, like, and I'm using Google Translate. Such a mess. I am learning Mandarin, but not quickly enough to handle this. And so the person basically explains to me, you have to pay shipping. I'm like, oh, okay. And so she resets something in my account, or I don't know. Don't ask. I have no idea. It's all a blur at this point. And so I pay the shipping, and then it starts moving again. You can see a little graphic of the logistics or whatever, the shipping. And so it's gone out of the port, and now it's like on the plane icon, and it's like headed. And then it gets stuck in a port in Los Angeles for a couple days, and then finally like DHL shipping, or I think there is something called EPS or something. Basically the domestic shipping here in the United States, that shows up. And then it showed up. It took a while. I think the first one took so long because I ordered it in December, right before like, or maybe January. I don't know. I ordered it somewhere like near Lunar New Year. One of these I made a couple orders, and yeah, it took a little longer because it got stuck. So I'm waiting on the final things. I ordered like the textbooks, and then there was, I think I ordered one of the packages. I ordered like the full pack where it was like vocabulary, speaking and listening, comprehensive workbook, grammar, targeted grammar workbook, and then the text. And so it's like 5 little books. Like, let's see, they're really small. Like that's how thin it is, this book here. So they're like that. And I found that I really didn't need speaking and listening. Like I know how to do that if I have the rest of this stuff. Speaking and listening wasn't worth it, and the grammar book wasn't worth it. Or no, I'm sorry, the vocabulary book wasn't worth it, because basically it's just all the same vocabulary. That was more like a little student dictionary. So I'm like, I don't need that. My classes are full immersion. I'm not going to be, trying to teach it bilingually. I don't dare. I feel like that's a Pandora's box that I don't dare open up. So that's what's going on with that, slowly but surely. I have a new student from Chengdu, and the mom had shared with me that he's also kind of in this curriculum series. So I think I'm going to start with him. We're supposed to begin classes on Monday, and part of me wants to hustle, but I'm going out of town this weekend. So I might see if I can push it off till March 14th and just start then and just have a little extra time. Or maybe I should just like hop to and get this done. I don't know. What should I do? Should I get it done? So hard. So that's what I'm doing. But I think I might start with the upper levels rather than starting with the lower levels. I feel like everyone starts there. And the students that I have are in like 4th and 5th grade in this particular school district. So start there. And I looked at everything last weekend when it finally arrived. I'm so excited. It's pretty cool. It's comprehensive. But at the same time, there's definitely like little things like I'd love to put in there to actually develop it, like build it out into a nice unit. Basically, there's 12 units, interestingly enough. I wonder if that's why VIP Kid would basically have 12 units per lesson, because this curriculum series, it's like first half of 1st grade, second half of 1st grade. And each of those halves, each of those semesters ends up being like 6 lessons. And I think what I really want to do in talking like with Chinese parents, I really want to develop like pre-class materials, even if it's just a matter of me like sharing my, my presentations with the parents. They want that. Like some of them have told me it's the Chinese way. Like, what do you mean you don't offer things? And that's one thing that's been kind of difficult about some of these pre-made curriculum. Part of my license agreement is that I can't share stuff beforehand. Although crystal clear, I will say, has finally, maybe in the last month or so, or maybe before then, but anyway, at some point, she made like shareable PDFs that we could share. It was like 4 slides on one that you could share with parents, which is cool because they really like that. It'll say, that's the Chinese way. Like, you have to share this. And it also helps orient the student. I can see that my students really are benefiting from that. Oh, I could do a whole new video. I should do a whole nother video on this, but I just want to give you an overview. Some of you guys can ask questions and just be like, oh, tell me more about this. Tell me more about that. I feel like I haven't talked to you for a month. So this video is going to be so long. I should put chapters in. No, I'm not going to. Sorry. You'll just have to watch and you can skip through and just listen and see what you want to pull out of here. But yeah, so basically I'm still on YouTube. I'm still teaching. I have 13 students now. So excited. 12 from China, 1 from Mexico. I mean, and I'm not counting my adult students, but my young students. And I'm developing curriculum. I'm so excited. I don't know when it's going to be out, guys. I have no idea. When I say developing curriculum, I do plan on selling it at some point. Definitely planning on selling it, but that might not be for a little while. I don't want to rush it. I would like to have something fully developed. I know some frustration with me is buying curriculum or buying a curriculum subscription. And it's like the highway's been built and this highway's been built, but like the bridge is out. Like we're missing some stuff in the middle. And that's kind of scary. Like I'm going to get to the end of something and like the bridge isn't built and I'm going to need some backup. So yeah, I'm developing my curriculum. So more to follow on that. I feel like I've developed a good system for like homework in Class In. I've really been loving Class In. I need to figure out how to make a Class In skin. So it's not just black. I can have like my own customized thing. So yeah, I want to know like what's going on with you. I am not the only one doing this, guys. I know a lot of you have been teaching. My November launch cohort from Online Teacher Dudes course launch. And there's been a December cohort and now there's the February cohort. Like, who are you? Like, shout out if you're here. I want to know you. I want to know what's going on with you. It's been 4 months, but that feels like a long time now. When I look, I'm in a Slack group with a lot of you. I'm in there as just Erica, like a Madonna or something. Like I just go by my first name. I don't know, just being lazy. I didn't feel like putting my last name in. But yeah, what are you guys up to? Like, it's fun. It's so fun. I haven't been very active on Slack, but it's been really fun to like just watch your journey and be like, oh, I connect to that feeling. I remember feeling that way. Like, wow, it makes you feel like in a couple months, guys, you're going to feel the same way. You're going to be like, oh, I've come so far. Like, wow, I was so nervous about this. And now I feel so good now. Like it's coming sooner than you think. If you feel super overwhelmed today, I just want to encourage you. Like you're going to be feeling really good, especially once you sign your first student and then your second and then your third. It's so exciting. So yeah, sorry for the long video, but I feel like we needed to catch up. So for my faithful subscribers that have been here and just like waiting, thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. And for anyone that's new, welcome. I look forward to getting to know you. All right. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.